The Delta variant is wreaking havoc on our country as a fourth wave of COVID-19 continues to surge. And one state that's been hit particularly hard is Louisiana, which has the country's highest rate of new COVID-19 cases per capita, with over 6,000 reported on Friday.
So let's bring in now the governor of that great state. Governor Bel Edwards joins us now. Governor, thank you for being here. You said in the last couple of days, the eyes of the nation are largely on the state of Louisiana right now. What is the nation seeing when they see Louisiana? Are they seeing what happens when you don't get enough people vaccinated? You all have been hovering around 37%, one of the absolute lowest vaccination rates in the country.
Yeah, well, TJ, that's it. And it's more than that. So you have the Delta variant, which is much more transmissible. You have too few people vaccinated, as you just mentioned. And then July and August are the hottest, most humid months in Louisiana, and that's when more people are inside than all the rest of the months of the year. And so that's just a perfect combination for a surge that is really taken off here in Louisiana to a degree that hasn't been seen elsewhere in the country. We do lead the nation in new case growth, and percent positivity is well over 15%. A few minutes ago, you said that the nation as a whole is around 10% and we should be below 5%. Well, we're above 15% here in Louisiana, and we now have more than 2,700 people in our hospitals with COVID. The pre-Delta variant surge peak in hospitalizations was less than 2,100. So we are having the worst situation in terms of the pandemic across the board here in Louisiana. And unfortunately, we don't see anything that indicates that we have peaked.
Yeah, troubling indeed. Let's jump off that, because I believe it was around 6,000 children did have the tested positive for COVID-19 last week. We know that you reinstated that indoor mask mandate as everyone gears up for back to school. What are your biggest concerns as kids do head back to the classroom in the middle of this fourth wave?
Well, that is why we put the mask mandate back in place across the board for indoor public spaces, and it applies to schools as well, but it also applies to all the public indoor spaces. And we're very concerned because we actually are not just having more cases, we're having more hospitalizations. Many of those hospitalizations are requiring intensive care beds for these young people. And we know that we have to have a safe environment for our young people to go back to school.
But Governor, why not a vaccine mandate for state workers? I know you're resisting that because you said you want to wait until there's full FDA approval of the vaccines. But we've got 8+ months of data now on vaccines. This is in the midst of a pandemic, and not just a matter of for health benefits of getting all the state workers vaccinated, but also a messaging standpoint. If people in your state who are resisting the vaccine are hearing their governor say, well, I want to wait, maybe it's not okay yet, let me wait for this final approval. Are you worried about what kind of mindset that might give people that, hey, if the governor say he wants to hold off, maybe I should hold off?
Well, TJ, I can tell you the people of Louisiana know that I'm not asking them to wait to get vaccinated. We have been pushing vaccinations from the very beginning. There are more than 1,400 locations today in our state where people can get vaccinated. All they got to do is call 211. They'll get the nearest location. They're safe, they're free, they're effective.
Governor, we know that the New Orleans Jazz Fest this year had already been postponed to the fall. Now it has been outright canceled. Tourism is such a big part of your state's economy. Give us a sense of what this pandemic has done financially to your state.
Well, first of all, the two sectors of the economy hit hardest by COVID related to oil and gas, because the demand fell so much for those products, and then to tourism because people stopped traveling, whether it was for business travel and conventions or purely recreational travel that you had individuals engaging in. And we started to see a rebound from that, and we were looking forward to this fall having the Jazz Fest, and of course, that's now been suspended because people need to make their travel arrangements now. They need to buy tickets now, and that wasn't going to happen given this surge and what we're seeing here in Louisiana. But we believe and hope that this is going to be a relatively temporary change, unlike the one that we had last March, and that sometime over the next several weeks, we will get past this surge and then continue to get people vaccinated, and that the confidence will increase with people here in Louisiana, but elsewhere around the country and around the world to start traveling again. And we're looking forward to that, and we're going to make decisions now to foster that happening.
Well, Governor, like you said, eyes are on you, but also our hearts are with you. We know you all are going through it right now. We're all looking forward to getting back down there and partying with you all in Louisiana when we can, all right?
Come to the Jazz Fest. It'll be in April.
All right, Governor, we'll talk to you again soon.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.